In this video, I'm going to share 5 ways that you can be more likable as an introvert or a quiet person. Now, this is not to imply that introverts and quiet people aren't already likable. These 5 things can really be used by anyone, even by extroverts. But what's special about them is introverts and quiet people will feel comfortable doing these 5 things because they're not going to have to act in an extroverted way. The first way that you can be more likable is by revealing a weakness or a failure. Now, this can sometimes feel a little odd, and this is not something that you would immediately do as soon as you meet someone. But as you're conversing with another person, to not try to be this perfect person, but to actually go out on a limb and reveal something about yourself that is not perfect. The thing is, a lot of us, including me, initially feels like we need to be these perfect people, but then we have to remember that we're attracted to people who are not perfect people, because perfect people make us feel like, oh my gosh, I can't even relate to them. So if somebody has revealed some maybe embarrassing failures before, it makes us like them because we feel like they're one of us. And we can tell that they're not just trying to impress us. They're just being really real. Now, this does not mean that you become this person who is all about being self-deprecating, that you're always putting yourself down, because when you do that, it's actually really a downer for everyone else. But to periodically just reveal something about yourself that's not perfect will make you more likable. Number 2, especially if you are around extroverts who love to talk, who love to laugh, who love to tell jokes and funny stories, to laugh at their jokes and funny stories, even when they're not that funny, and even if it's a story or a joke that you have heard before. It's no fun being the one who's telling a story or being the one who's telling a joke only to have somebody interrupt and say, I've actually heard that before. It's such a downer. So unless you have a really important and valid reason for telling the person, hey, I've heard this before, or unless it's an offensive joke and you purposefully do not want to laugh. But if it's something that you're thinking, it's just not that funny, laugh anyway to make the other person feel good. The third way to be more likable is to show the other person that you like them. Think about it. You like people who like you, and research has shown this. So why not let the other person know that you do like them? Now, don't go overboard and don't do it too soon to where the other person's like, oh my gosh, this is kind of weird. But just over time, when you see the person smile real big, when you see the person greet them with this, oh my gosh, it's so great to see you. Let them know what you admire about them. Pay them authentic compliments. And I've actually got a video in the description below about how to give great and memorable compliments. And number 4, be positive. And this doesn't mean that if you're having a really bad day, or if you really are feeling upset or sad or negative about something, it doesn't mean fake positivity, but really think about how you generally show up. Are you generally a positive person? Because people like to be around positive people. John Maxwell says there's 2 kinds of people in life. There are lifters and there are leaners. And he says the lifters are the ones that encourage you, and the leaners lean on you. And the longer they lean, the heavier it gets. So make it your goal whenever you leave somebody that they actually feel better. They feel more positive as a result, rather than feeling irritated or down because of their conversation with you. And number 5, come prepared with questions. If you're an introvert or more of a quiet person, it can be difficult to think about things to talk about whenever you're with somebody else, or even questions to ask the other person. But if you come prepared and thinking about what you want to ask them ahead of time, Then you'll be prepared with questions, and they will absolutely love sharing their answers. Of course, when you do this, it's important to listen and give them your full attention rather than just pepper them with questions and not really care about the answer. Do you have certain things that you do as an introvert or a quiet person that works well for you in social situations? If so, please share those in the comments below so we can all learn from each other. Thanks for watching.